Welcome back to the Colorado Rockies Rebel to Summit franchise rebuild. Last episode was focused all around scouting in our first MLB draft. We were able to draft 5 guys that were in our top 10, left fielder Chester Rivas, starting pitcher John Tuttle, right fielder Miguel Espinoza, starting pitcher Carlos Fernandez, starting pitcher Chance Hurley. We were also able to draft left fielder Adrian Peralta and shortstop Ray Broom. We made a huge trade with the Dodgers, dealing them third baseman Ryan McMahon and relief pitcher Angel Silvestre. The Rockies received catcher Dalton Rushing. The Rockies front office is committed to this rebuild as much as we are. They were able to sign all of our draft picks with weeks to spare till the deadline. We capped off the episode with a trip to Albuquerque to player lock with Johnny Cueto as he took the mound for the Isotopes. Did we have the best draft ever? How will this season end? Find out all that and more this episode. This is the Rubble to Summit franchise rebuild here on Rusty Buckets Gaming. We're going to keep moving along here in our first year in the franchise. Going to be simulating most of August and September, jumping into some key moments, maybe playing some player locks, taking care of any opportunity that may come up, looking into some trades. We'll keep you informed. Let's jump right in. Taking a look here at our budget. Kyle Freeland is our highest paid player currently. German Marquez is number 2. And Ezequiel Tovar is in that number 3 spot for us. Now, quite a few of our guys here that are still making decent money will become free agents, and we will not be re-signing them next season like German Marquez, but we are writing out that contract. Kyle Freeland is someone that we wanted to trade this season. This is the time where we were wanting to do it, so we're going to look into that this episode. You can see the player salary breakdown here. Currently payroll is $117 million. Next year's only projected at $38 million. Reason that is because there's a lot of guys that are going to be on arbitration, so their salaries have not been set yet. But biggest important thing about our budget is we do have $43.41 million available right now. Taking a look at the standings, the Rockies are currently 39 wins, 75 losses. Not looking good for us, but that is what we expected this first season in our rebuild. Jumping into a situation, Diego Castillo finds himself in a save opportunity. Let's see if we can jump in and lock this down for the Rockies and secure the win. There's no outs. Let's see what we can do here with Diego Castillo. See if we can close this one out. Get the 1-run victory here.
One strike. Oh, that's off the plate.
And we give up a 1-run shot there. Driven into the bullpen. The game is tied 6-6 now. Got him. All right, we get out of the 9th there, but we do give up a run, so now it is tied. Let's see if we can get the offense working here. Well driven out to right center field. Should be able to tag up here. The throw is coming in. Safe. Rockies take the lead 7-6 in the top of the 10th. Dalton Rushing with the RBI. Well driven directly to the second baseman, and that's the 3rd out. Now let's see if we can come in and close this thing. We're going to have Jake Bird coming in. Should be able to throw outside sliders here. Might bite on one. There it is. 2 strikeouts for Jake Bird. All right, walked him. 2 men on. I'm not scared, though. Jake's got this. I'm going to call him mound visit. Just giving the confidence there. Just to give him a... We're just buying time here. Buying time for Jake Bird. We will return to the game. No way we're subbing him out. He's got this. We believe in Jake. Shouldn't have. Sam Hilliard's got it. They will tie it back up. 7-7. All right, we got out of it, though, but they do get the run back. Good hit by Sam Hill. That should drive in the 1. We're going for 2. There we go. RBI double for Sam Hilliard to lead off the top of the 11th. Very good, wasn't Sam Hilliard? Michael Tolio gets sat down. Britton Doyle up. He's not had the season that we have wanted to see this year out of him. But that's okay. We're hanging on to Britton Doyle. He is our defensive stopper. Very good contact there. That should drive in another one for Britton Doyle. There we go. RBI double. We'll stay at 2. We'll stay at 2. Ball's almost there. We'll stay there. Very nice. 2 RBI doubles in the same inning in the top of the 11th. Very good. Straight up the middle. RBI single for Ezekiel. Very nice. Rockies up by 3.
The third baseman, number 2.
2 outs. Top of the 11th. Tyler Freeman. Got called up to replace the injuries. We've used all of his options. So Tyler Freeman will have a big offseason this year. Either getting traded, getting sent on waivers, something. Don't know what's going to happen with Tyler, but something is going to happen this year because I do not see him making the MLB roster, but we don't know. Got to see how the injuries play off. Got him! Back-to-back strikeouts for Jake Bird in the bottom of the 11th. All right, buddy. All right, hey, Eugenio's up. Let's see what we can do here. Hit well. That should be one there. They get one back. 10-8, bottom of the 11th. Down the middle, and he missed it. We got so lucky. Oh, we got so lucky. He's going to want that one back for the rest of his career.
He's out.
Got the strikeout and threw him out of second instead of first. Thought that was a little bit more fun. There we go. Get the win. Not the way we wanted to get it, but we got it done ultimately. Some really good hits there. Some really good hits. I'm liking what we're seeing. I know this season is not kind of panned out to be a winning season, but we have seen some huge bright spots that we are going to be building around. Player of the game, Ty Rostada, 4 for 5 with a triple and 3 singles. Jake Bird does get the win with 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 0 earned runs. We're talking about contracts. Contracts in MLB are extremely confusing, but they have to be. If you think about it, every MLB team has a bunch of teams underneath them in their farm system and their AAA and AA and even single A systems. So a team like the Dodgers, what they could do is they could just buy all of the most expensive guys and then just put them on their farm teams and not ever play them. So those guys' talents are just being wasted, and those guys are just sitting and not being able to play in the majors, which isn't competitive and it's not good for baseball. So there are different things inside of contracts that are worked in to give guys rights. So that's what we've been talking a lot about options. When you sign a guy to a major league contract, they do not have to play in the majors. However, when you sign them and you call them up to the majors, now their major league time has started. That is key. Once you call them up, they only have 3 options, meaning you can only send them down to the minors 3 times. That is not 3 individual times, that is 3 years. Once you use an option, so when we sent a guy earlier down in the season, we used 1 option. That means we sent him down to the minors, but we can call him up to the majors and send him back to the minors as many times as we want and never using another option. What that does is after a guy sniffs the MLB, he has 3 years basically to make an MLB roster full time. If he doesn't make that team's full roster, that's when you send him out on waivers, meaning that any other team that might want that player can now claim him and take him from that team. They do all of that to keep baseball competitive, and that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to contracts. If you're doing your own season and you see contract extensions, please do not offer every single person in here a contract. You will go broke. That is not how baseball is also set up. Baseball is meant to be a multi-contract sport for all of its athletes, and they're meant to be traded and moved around. It's going to happen. You're not going to have a bunch of guys that stay on one team forever. Let's take a look. Brenton Doyle is up for renewal. So if you look in 2025, he made $800,000. In 2026, we can just renew his contract. We have to give him a bump. I don't know what the increase is, but it's not much. I want to say we have to offer him a contract. I think it's like 20% higher, at least, for 1 year. Just a 1 year deal, but we still have control. So after that, next year he plays under that one. For both ways, it works for both of us. We get a player for pretty cheap, and Brenton Doyle gets a chance to get even better than what he is right now. The reason he wants to do that is in 2027, he's going to touch arbitration. Let's jump into that. Jake Bird. Jake Bird is up for arbitration, and he's also in a very high leverage position in this arbitration year. What that means is we cannot renew his contract. The end of this year, if we want to keep Jake Bird on our team, we have to offer him a contract, or we have to offer him an arbitration, or we have to sign him to a contract, or we have to offer him an arbitration number and let it go to arbitration hearing. What that means, as an organization, we will submit what we think Jake Bird is worth, comparing him to our team and the league, all the way across what he's worth. Jake Bird also submits his own number to a third party. I think they're a lawyer, to be honest. I have no idea who it is, but it's a third-party person or organization. They decide of those two numbers. They don't decide a middle number. They only look at those two numbers and decide which one is more fair. So if you would go into arbitration and you just undercut, and the player knows that you way undercut them, then they can bump up what they're actually worth a little bit more, and the arbitrator will usually side with them because the team is trying to get one over. However, though, if a team knows that a player is going to go extremely high, they can go slightly lower, knowing that the arbitrator will match the team because the player is not worth that. I don't know how intense it is in real life, because I assume that you want to try to be making those contracts because you don't want to get in an argument. Really, an arbitration, in my eyes, is an argument of you don't see eye to eye as to what you're willing to pay or what they're worth. I have no idea if that happens in closed doors or not. But for us, what we're going to do is some people will go to arbitration, but I like to offer things that are pretty fair, and we'll just see how they fall. Also important, if we do nothing, if we do not offer Jake Bird a contract at the end of the season, and we do not submit an arbitration number, he walks for free. He walks out of his contract, and he gets to go to another team. Jake Bird is in a high leverage situation with the Rockies. He is a 76 overall. I believe he is our complete best pitcher of any standard. Yeah, he's our best pitcher. He's our fourth best player now because we got rid of Ryan McMahon. He's in a high leverage situation in arbitration, so that will be a tough one. But next season, we do plan on getting rid of him, so we'll see what's in store with Jake Bird. So let me look through here, and I'll find some people that we're actually going to offer a contract extension to. When you are looking at players, if you come into the contract extension screen, you can also go in to make an offer, and you can get a feel of what the player is also looking for. It's kind of like having that conversation with them. Jake Bird is looking for $2 million a year, which is pretty cool. That's not bad. And then if you change the years, it does change how much they are looking for, depending on how many years they're going to play for you. Jake Bird's in an interesting situation where the bread and butter is going to be $2 million for 5 years, but we don't want him that long. So we could offer him a 1-year deal at $1.4 million. That would be a good deal for us, actually. What we are really looking for are guys that are not going to be under team control after this year. If they're going into arbitration, that's fine with me. I will negotiate with them in the offseason once we see a bigger picture of our draft picks coming in. But I don't see anyone here that we actually have to offer a contract to as we speak. Jake Bird is interesting, but I think that we can hold out on that one. Yeah, so looking at our contract extensions, I don't see anything that we need to make a move on right now, so we're going to let that go. We can now finally take our first look at our draft picks. Ooh! Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. I am freaking stoked for this moment. I did not expect to look up and see that right there, right now. I got to get my draft boards back out. About to pee myself, I'm so excited. I want to see how we did. I want to see how we did. Let's view them. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. First glimpse, we made out like bandits. Oh, did we just have the best draft class of all time? We may have had the best draft of all time right now. All right, let's take a look here. Chester Rivas, our first overall pick in the franchise. Actual overall is a 75 at 21 years old. Actual potential is a 93 years old. I think that we have a generational prospect here on our hands that we have signed. Contact, both are in the 70s. Power's good as well. Look at this. The durability, 81. Oh, man. Chester Rivas is awesome. Obviously, is going to be an offensive prowess for us. Not the greatest on the field, but that is something that we can also develop to get him to be able to have those reps. But at the same time, Chester might just be able to fill in for us and be our long-term DH. An actual potential of 93 overall. But our second draft pick actually has a higher potential than Chester Rivas. We have John Tuttle. John Tuttle. He has thrown a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. We will probably, after his first season, we might teach him another pitch. We'll see if we can teach him maybe a curveball. A slider would work really well, actually, with that mix. Maybe we'll go for a slider, or maybe even just a breaking fastball. Maybe just keep him as a fastball changeup guy, but maybe give him a cutter or something. See what works well. But look at these stats. His Ks per 9 is 86. His walks per 9 is a struggle, but we can get that up. Man, 2 guys, and he's currently a 63 at 19 years old. Out of New Jersey. Actual was an 87, and the scouted was an 86 to 91, so great. But let's take a look at Miguel. Okay, Miguel's another bat for us, a big bat outfielder. Look at that contact, and look at that power. Oh, buddy. We got 2 great players here. Actually, looking at him, I don't know if they would be considered generational. His arm's insane, actually, for Chester. Miguel cannot really play defense, doesn't look like at all. He's fast. Starting pitcher, 4th draft pick, Carlos Fernandez. 80 to 92 scouted potential. Actual potential is an 88. 19 years old. Carlos Fernandez is throwing a cutter, slider, splitter, curveball. I remember finding him and thinking, I like that pitch mix. So glad that we have him. And look, Carlos Fernandez is not a strikeout guy. He's going to give up some hits. He's not going to walk anybody. He's going to give up some home runs, so we can develop those things right there. But he has good control. Look at those walks. That is what we're talking about. Carlos Fernandez, super stoked there. All right, 5th pick, Chance Hurley. Remember, also ranked. Chester was number 1. These guys are all unranked that we found, and they are all 80s to 90s. Chance Hurley, starting pitcher out of high school, 79 and 94 potential scouted, and an 89 actual. Throws a 4-seam, a changeup, and a slider. Currently is a 60 overall. Stamina is really good. Home runs are really good. Velocity is good too, throwing some heat. Probably we'll teach him some speed techniques, make him throw a little bit faster as well. That'd be nice. Adrian Peralta, left fielder that we scouted 6th. Now, actual potential is a 62, so Adrian was our worst scout. However, this is when we were drafting guys that weren't actually fully scouted, so we're kind of just drafting blind, and this is kind of just what Rob Duarte saw out there. So honestly, he saw an 18-year-old, and he's like, yo, this guy's all right. Looking at him, Adrian Peralta's all right. All right. All great. Ray Broom, last pick. Ray Broom, shortstop for us. Also plays 2nd and 3rd. Stats right now are pretty weak. Overall is a 47 coming out. Potential is a 72. So maybe that is someone way down the future. Might sniff the majors, but might just be a factory guy for us. Same with Adrian. Probably will never touch the majors. But these other guys we are going to build and currently plan around. Chester Rivas, John Tuttle, Miguel Espinoza, Carlos Fernandez, and Chance Hurley. All names that we should all get familiar with. We'll be seeing them for a while. We will jump into the situation. Jordan Beck has a 10-game hitting streak that we are going to try to keep alive here. Let's see if we can extend it for him. Come on, run it out, Jordan. Run it out, Jordan. Yes! Yes! Man, our offense cannot score. But our bullpen hasn't given up a run this game, so that's good. All right, Zach. You've been up here for a while this season. Let's get you some. That cutter is just insane.
One strike.
Oh! Zach Kokoska drives one deep. Are you freaking kidding me? A 6-homer, 106.3 exit velocity. He just smoked it. Zach Kokoska, top of the 10th. Oh, buddy, are you talking about first year in the majors and he's getting that done? Oh, we made a great decision. That is a great decision. My man. My man. Oh, I almost flipped my chair. Smoked it. He cranked that Soulja Boy, homie. He almost hit that to the arches. Don't know if they're in outfield, but we're making it. 450. Someone's gonna, yeah, you better switch him out. Oh.
2-2.
We'll get one here. One out. Bottom of the 10th. And drive a slider to his back foot. There he is, fastball. We've got him completely guessing. We should get him here.
Now batting, the center fielder, Victor. Scott.
That's a ball.
Okay, that outside slider is the pitch that we're going to try to set up now. Oh, he took that one. Mickey making a play. And the Rockies win it. Thank you to Zach Kokoska with the 2-run home run. That's what we're talking about. Very big day. Very big day for Zach. One of our rookies. Very nice. See the player of the game? Give it to him. You got to give it to him. You have to give it to him. Yes! Zach Kokoska, 2 for 3. A home run and a 2 RBI shot. Derek Mosley does get the win. Very nice. Very nice. Man, that felt good. Zach, my boy. Yeah. Jumping into a fun situation, we got Shohei Ohtani up to the plate. Let's see if we can get him out here with Diego Castillo.
Ball. Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3.
Got him. Making him look silly up there, boy. Huge injury. Kyle Freeland sustained an injury, torn pectoral during today's game. It appears he will be out for about 2 to 3 months. 60-day. So before we do make that decision, let's see if there is officially someone that we can call up here that we have optioned down this year. Chase Dollander is our top contender because we have already optioned him down, but we don't really want that MLB service to start. Looking at recent games as well, kind of all over the place. Stats for the year, we'll just look at those. 4.21 ERA, 111 strikeouts. It's not bad. We could also option up Jaden Hill, which is on fire right now. Yeah, let's bring Jaden Hill up. So Jaden Hill is up, and then what we'll also do is pitching rotation is, I say we just give him the spot, because, I mean, if you look at Austin, he's not, like, killing it himself. 4.55 ERA overall, 43 strikeouts. Now he's coming into some situations and stuff, so his head's going to be in different places, but I think it makes sense to bring up a brand new Jaden Hill. Big injury here. Mark Green sustained an injury, broken hand during today's game. It appears he'll be out for 2 months, so we'll just go 60-day there. Yes, we will stop simulating because now we do have to fetch our pitching rotation again. So let's go look again. I think, do we want to pull Chase up? Give him a chance? We could also pull up Victor Vodnik. I think we recall Carson Palmquist. And then in the rotation, we'll move Austin Gomber over. That is what we'll do right there. We've made it to September call-ups and definitely need it. We just had a few key injuries happen, including Mark Green and Kyle Freeland coming off of our rotation. So we get to add 2 guys to our roster. Let's see who we're going to add. We're going to call up starting pitcher Bradley Blaylock. We're going to call him back up to the majors to be another arm in the bullpen for us, and we will get 1 position player. And we're just going to recall Zach Veen back up to the majors. Already familiar with the team, did pretty well for us when he was up there, able to fill in, so we'll just recall Zach Veen. Makes sense to us. We're still progressing this season really well here with the franchise. We're coming to a close here with the first season, but there is a couple of things that we do want to highlight. Currently stands, Rockies are 55-98. We are 52 games back. Looking at the rest of the MLB, we do have the least amount of wins. Overall rankings, we are ranked 29th overall. Our contact is 29th. Our power is 26th. Pitching is ranked 30th. Defense is 3rd. And speed is 3rd. We're going to bring you one of the last games of the first season. One thing I wanted to highlight here going into this season was when I made the decision for German Marquez to be leaving our team at the end of this season. No idea what's going to happen with him. We do want to player lock him for his last start. So that's what we're going to do here. And this might be the last game that we see of the first season. Last chance to hear these names as they are before we get ready to start what is to come. So let's player lock here. And we will player lock German Marquez. Let's get into it. Hopefully we can have a great outing here for him to end his career. Looking at the highlights right now, German Marquez has been dominant on the mound. Let's see if we can keep that going. Ezequiel Tovar is hitting .409 of the last 6 games. Owen Miller, the guy we recently called up, looks to extend 10-game hitting streak. Austin Gomber has a big game on the mound in the win versus the Marlins. Looked like that was a great decision to place him in that starting rotation. Look at the farm report. Charlie Condon is the number 5 overall MLB prospect and number 1 in our organization. Batting .282 at average with a .788 OPS. 12 home runs between AA and AAA. Chase Dollander is the number 16 MLB prospect, number 3 in our organization currently. Currently pitching a 4.2 ERA and 137 strikeouts. They also highlight the rest of those there. Looking at the league, Sam Hilliard breaks out of a 1-19 slump with a 4-hit performance versus the Marlins. Let's see if we can get it going for German Marquez here. Final game for him to take the mound as a starter here for the Rockies organization. 172 innings pitched, ERA of 3.61 and a whip of 1.31. 76 strikeouts. Walk rate is only 7%. Let's see if we can keep it going.
For the Angels, the first baseman, Nolan.
Hit to left, 1 out. Be cool if we can throw a no-hitter here for his last game. May have just jinxed it, but it is also a City Connect game here for him. Perfectly timed out. I did not do that on purpose. It's just the way that it happened. So we are rocking the coolest uniforms in the league. least I'm going to say that while we're playing with them, you know. They are sweet, though. I wish the pants were a little different, but still cool nonetheless. Reminds me of a Taco Bell from the 90s.
Batting third.
Oh, come on, come on. Come on.
Take your base.
I don't know why he popped up like that. There's no one on, and we walked him in. All right, we got out of the first. There we go. He smoked that bad boy. Just foul. We got lucky there. We got lucky there.
3-2.
Very nice. Got the out there. Took us a while, but we did end up getting it. Hung that knuckle curve out there for him, and he hits a home run on us. That's a bummer. There we go. Front door slider. There we go. Very good, very good. Got an extra strikeout there. So we are at 45 pitches as we start the top of the third. Not where we wanted to be sitting, but not the worst I've ever seen. But pretty bad. Nonetheless, pretty bad.
That's a ball.
In fact, the four seam's almost the only thing I can get in the zone every time.
Ball 3. 3-1. Ball 4.
And we just straight up walked a guy. The crowd's booing us. I mean, we're trying, man.
Ball.
Yeah, this has been a pretty rough pitching outing for him. Oh, that one just sneaks right through.
He's safe.
Now batting, designated hitter, Lamont Wade Jr.
Right.
All right, it is not going well here for German Marquez. Let's see if we can get out of this. We don't want the career to end on something like this, man. Got us another one there. Doing decent in the strikeout department today. We got 5 strikeouts.
Number 14, Logan Ohaku.
No, that's a ball. Ball. 2 balls, no strike.
And we're not going to make it very far into this game here. Already at 65 pitches. Two outs.
No, that's a ball. Ball.
There we go. Getting out of the third. I think we're already into 70 pitches or something. We're at 73 pitches starting the fourth. There we go. Still playing the field there for German Marquez, getting him out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Jorge Soler.
We're just trying to experience it all, you know. We gave up a home run. We've gotten some strikeouts. Now we've gotten an infield play for us. We're just trying to experience everything here in our last start. A home. Trying to make sure the fans remember everything that we were able to do, especially through 84 pitches in 4 innings. Well-driven ball to center field. And makes the play on it. 2 outs. We can't throw a strike. Walked him. That one is hammered. And it's a ground rule double. And that'll do it for us. They're pulling us. That is the end of German Marquez for the Rockies. German Marquez does get the loss for his last start here at home with the Rockies. 3.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 earned runs. The Isotopes have finished the season at 64-86. Unfortunately, this wasn't good enough to make the postseason. Better luck next season. And the Yard Goats have finished the season at 62-76. Unfortunately, this also was not good enough to make the postseason. The Rockies have finished this season at 56-106. Unfortunately, this wasn't good enough to make the postseason. Better luck next season. So it seems all 3 of our teams have not made it, but we will eventually. We will eventually. It'd be really cool if we could win all 3 in the same year. That'd be pretty neat. It's official, we've reached the postseason, and the Yankees have defeated the Brewers in the 2025 World Series. World Series MVP is Cody Bellinger. Most valuable player, Shohei Ohtani. Cy Young goes to Shohei. Paul Skeens does get second. Batting title goes to Brendan Donovan. Tanner Scott gets reliever of the year. Emilio Pagan does get number 2 there. Rookie of the year is Devison De Los Santos. Bryce Harper, Hank Aaron Award. Britton Doyle does get a Golden Glove for center field for us with a fielding percentage of 1,000. So the only award that we do get will be Britton Doyle getting that Golden Glove for us, and we like to see that. Looks like he has now won it 3 years in a row. Very nice, Britton Doyle. Let's see if we can keep that going. Into the first season, we go 56-106. 57 games back is how we end this season. Not great, but kind of where we expected to be. But we have a lot to work with and a lot to work on. We are excited to see how this keeps going. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the offseason and just keep going. Qualifying offers. If we offer a player a 1-year contract at $22.4 million and another team does sign them, we receive a draft pick in compensation for them taking that. That's called a qualifying offer for the 1 year. So if they end up signing a multi-year deal somewhere else, we do get that out of there. It's something kind of cool to be aware of. Let's look at the retired players for the years. Looks like we do have 2 guys that are retiring. Nick Anderson for ability. He's a pitcher. He's out. And Johnny Cueto, we say farewell to Johnny Cueto. We are glad that we can give him one last ride here with the Rockies. We are excited for him. Thank you so much for your service. Looks like all in all, yeah, man, it was great to have him. It was great to have him. See you, Johnny. Thank you so much. Max Scherzer gets into the Hall of Fame. Rightfully so, rightfully so. 221 wins, 120 losses. 2,981 innings pitched. Ends with 3,490 strikeouts and a career ERA of 3.21. Alrighty, our first offseason has officially began and we need to get going here. We have a lot of things that we need to accomplish this offseason leading into the next spring training and a lot to do in spring training before next regular season. But it all starts right here with exclusive free agents. Exclusive free agents are the guys for you that have ran out of contract time that you get to offer on first before any other team does. Let's see what we want to do here with these guys. Now, German Marquez is coming off a year where he did improve, which is good overall, but for us, we are letting him walk. Austin Gomber, same thing, 68 overall. He did get better this season, which is what we wanted to see, which is good, but we will be letting him walk as well. Kyle Farmer has had quite a bit of a run in the MLB, and as you see, the age, I think, is now becoming the influence there as his stats going down. So as we're seeing the decline, we will also let Kyle Farmer walk. Last person to make a decision on is Tyler Kinley, 35 years old, same thing. We will let him walk. Now, we did see a big boost in him. As you see, all of his stats came up, but not worth us making any offer on. So all 4 of these guys, thank you so much for what you've done, but we're just not there. Let's take a look at our staff. Reese Anguiano completes his first year as the Rockies manager. We got William Jang, Kenny Levy, Andre Ruiz, Ollie Flutie, and Luis Molina. I will take a look to see if anybody can replace Kenny Levy as a pitching coach. Taking a good look at the coaches, if we come over to the pitching coaches, there are some guys that don't have any negatives, so it is time for us. We are going to get rid of Kenny Levy. We are not going to stay with that. We're going to be hiring Felipe Castaneda, attribute grade of A. Case per 9 is going to get a +1. Stamina and control also is getting a +1. And also, hits per 9 is going to get a +2. We're going to go ahead and offer that contract there to him. We're going to go with a 2-year contract. I don't want to take a $12.3 million penalty, so we will just review Reese and just let him stay there. Rebrand the team, not at all. Okay, we're going to have to go spend a little bit more money to get him now. So let's offer a little bit more to get Felipe. We definitely want to make sure that we get him, so we're going to go for that. It is time for contract renewal. Now we can finally see the percentage. I wasn't for sure. It says here, Hunter Goodman does not have enough MLB service time to be eligible for salary arbitration. Therefore, you may renew their contract at any price greater than 80% of their salary from last season, but no lower than the MLB minimum salary. So that's what we're going to go through here and go ahead and renew all the contracts that we need to renew to make sure that we don't lose control of anybody. So let me get that done. Went ahead and renewed all the contracts that we wanted to, and here are the guys that we are actually going to just let walk into free agency. We have quite a few that we're going to let go, but none of them we're upset about. So, see ya. Thank you. Now we're going to look at arbitration. This is where things are going to get interesting and how we have to negotiate how to keep things getting too expensive. Let's start here with Brenton Doyle. He is a guy that we want to build around or build with. He is our best fielder, has now won an extra Golden Glove for us 3 years in a row. I think that it might be time that Brenton Doyle does just get his contract. He's 27 now, so we'd lock him in. We're thinking from here, maybe 2-3 seasons before we are in the playoff run. So that is getting to right where Brenton Doyle is getting a little bit older for us, but he's still going to be lights out, I think. We might offer Brenton a contract. Let's see where his head's at. His head is at 5 years and $12 million a year for 5 years. So 1 year arbitration, he'll be looking roughly at 3.9. If we want to lock him in long term, it's going to cost us a lot of money. Maybe we do arbitration for 1 year with Brenton Doyle, and we see where things end up. It is a gamble. I think he's playing at his potential right now, though. I think this is, or maybe next season will be his peak of negotiating. He's coming off another Golden Glove win. I mean, that's pretty rock solid. Okay, Jake Bird, he's too old. He's too old for us. We can make some trades. Maybe this is the time for us. Yeah, I'm going to look into some trades and I'll be back. We're going to make our first contract offer to Graham Ashcraft. Looks like we're going to try to get him at 3 years at $3.4 million. coming out at 1.1 a year. We'll see if he takes that. We're going to go for it. Brenton Doyle is currently the best player on our team. He's 27 years old. I'm thinking that we offer him a contract lasting 5-6 years right now, and then we're going to be at the end of his contract when we are making the run into the playoffs and for the World Series is what I'm predicting. I'm predicting our actual run to start in years 3 and years 6. Or 3 through 6 is what I'm thinking. 3 being the one where we start to make a run for the playoffs, and I'm thinking more of the sweet spot there really being in the 4 and 5 and 6. 5 and 6 kind of being the big emphasis there. So let's get Brenton Doyle. Let's make him an offer. Make him an offer he can't refuse. Like I said, he's the best player on our team currently. We're going to offer Brenton Doyle a 5-year contract, total of $61 million. That's $12.1 million a year. See what he does with that. He's looking for roughly like $3 million a year for a 1-year contract. So I'm going to offer him, let's go with $3.5 million in arbitration. Actually, we'll go with 3.8 in arbitration, and we're also offering him a big contract. So we will see what he takes. $61 million over 5 years has been offered for Brenton Doyle. He is interested in that, and I've offered him an arbitration that is also roughly what he's asking for. He's a great player on our team. We want to keep him happy. Jake Bird is a great trade candidate. Tyler Estrada is in the same position. Ryan Feltner. Let's see what Ryan Feltner is looking for. Roughly 1 year, $4.7 million. He is a little bit deep now. He's kind of looking for a lot of money. Him being a little bit older on the team. Let me go look at the full roster. Ryan Feltner is currently projected to be our ace this year at 73 overall. But I'm thinking we can make a couple of trades before we get to that point. Are there anybody else in here? Mickey Moniak might be replaced with our 2 already. So let's look at our new right field. Because now when we look at right field, Mickey's number 2 to our rookie. And we also have Chester in left with Jordan Beck and Sam Hill, which I like more than Mickey for whatever reason. Let's go see if we can make a Blockbuster trade. I wonder if we can get John Bradshaw. Who else is in our top? Or if we can try to get... What about Blaine Benitez? I don't know where he went. Nationals. Taking our first look at free agency, seeing if there is anybody here that we want to take a move on. I'm not thinking that there will be, because we're going to be looking at guys in here that are coming out of their first contracts usually, but we will see. We'll take a look. I think we might take a bid here at Dustin May. I'm liking this. 28 years old. So we give him a decent contract, and that means towards the end of this contract, the 4 years, that's right when we're thinking. And granted, he won't be our ace then, but he will now, which will help us out, get a few more wins throughout the season. Hopefully lighten the load of the bullpen. And then also we'll be able to use him towards the end of his career, where I think we might make a move on Dustin May. So we're going to put Dustin May in, and we're going to see what the interest is. Just let him have priority 1 there. And maybe Mike Soroka. Mike Soroka! Because I do like Mike Soroka as well. Same exact reasoning. Age kind of fits in. It's kind of nice, you know? But we don't want to break the bank right now. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to break the bank. He's too old, though. That'd be awesome to have, but he just doesn't fit into what we're trying to build, and he's going to be asking for way too much money. Hold up. Charlie Moffett is a 72 overall currently with a D potential. That's not very good, but I mean, and also asking 1 year 60,000. Yeah, we'll call Charlie. Why would we? See, that's why you gotta look, man. You never know what you're gonna find in the free agency world. Once again, not great, just filling roles. So we're not trying to break the bank here. We're just trying to find guys that just fit into the exact scheme and what we need right now. And our bullpen is booty. All right, let's see here. Emilio Pagan would be cool. He's too old, though. My man. Sorry, dude. You're my age, but you're too old. Qualifying offer. We're not giving up a draft pick. See, anybody has a qualifying offer, if we take them, we have to give up a draft pick. That's not worth it to us. Third baseman's a bust. Some of these guys would be neat to have, but they just don't quite fit what we got going on. Michael King would be sweet as well. Framber Valdez would be cool, but most of those guys are going to have qualifying offers, and they're not worth it. And then the rest of these guys, their age just isn't there. Is there another starting pitcher that kind of fits what we're doing and kind of could be on the same? Mike Soroka. He's 28, same exact situation as Dustin May. Like, same exact situation. I don't have to explain that again. One I think could just be a good arm for us to have. Whoa. We'll just call him. We'll call him there. We do still need to do some contracts, but we got a couple that are offered. Brenton Doyle being the number one. I think we try to make a trade. I think we go in. I think we try to get a prospect. That's what we do. Ooh, Randall Moore. Okay. Who is this? B potential, 61 overall, was just drafted last year. Drafted round 5? This guy got to round 5? How do we not find him? He has no stamina, but his velocity is out of this world. Okay. Johnny Sanchez drafted in the first round of this past draft. That could be an interesting one. Charlie Moffett, we are currently going for Charlie Moffett. Bradford Bliss was also drafted in the first round. Zach Grimm. Hans Herzog. Any of these guys? Oh man, they drafted somebody that had quirks. I don't even think we looked. Kind of like Zach Grimm for the Rangers, to be honest. And they are looking for a starting pitcher, and we just happen to have a couple to trade you. Actually, I'm going to sweeten the deal. First thing I'm going to offer you is a second baseman, which fits very well for you. Left field, I could put Sam Hilliard up. I don't think he necessarily fits, though. Got our first trade for the offseason. We are going to be trading to the Texas Rangers. We're giving Tyro Estrada and Tyler Freeman. Both of them will be traded for a prospect. We are looking at closing pitcher Zach Grimm. Drafted in the third round of this year's draft, B potential, currently sits at 66 overall. Two quirks: homebody, performs better when playing at home, and performs better when team is behind. Thinking that we can add his arm to the bullpen, and this will be a great thing to come. Look at those Ks per 9. So let's go and make this official, and let's get Zach Graham. Just simmed through a few days there just to get things moving along here. Our team is looking a lot different already moving into Season 2. Chester Rivas here. Miguel Espinoza towards the top as well. Our bullpen still needs a lot of work in the years to come. I'm thinking it might be wise to sign or to try to get a couple of guys up here so we can keep our new prospects down in the minors for just a little bit longer, so they can hopefully have a chance to develop a little bit more. We are deep in the offseason with the franchise with the Colorado Rockies. Looking here, we just got a rival opportunity. We heard through the grapevine that the San Francisco Giants are looking at Josh Naylor. We can take a look at him, but it just doesn't fit right now for us. Really good player, too much money. We're just going to say that we're not interested. Alrighty, let's look at the guys that we had up here that we were looking into. Dustin May was one of our starting pitchers we're looking into. Really bring up our bullpen. Once again, looking for him to be a veteran presence for us. So hopefully Dustin May. Looking at Charlie Moffitt, 19 years old, with an overall currently at 72 with a D potential, but I just like that he's already 72. And we also have Mike Soroka here, 28 years old, 79 overall with a C potential. Him and both Dustin May are... I think we may just let him ride off for another week to see if we can get their motivation up just a little bit longer. We're going to do that. We've got a few contracts out there. We got Brenton Doyle out there. We've got a 5-year contract, $61 million offered. We also have Jake Bird with a 2-year contract, 4.7. Ryan Feltner, 2-year, $12 million. We're kind of waiting on the other ones just to see how everything else fell. We might go look at trying to get one more trade in before this offseason is over. Here's something cool. The Reds just signed Eugenio Suarez to a $19.3 million contract. Look at that. All right, I think the time has come. We have to make some decisions here before things start getting away from us. I think it's fine to just go ahead and offer Charlie Moffitt a contract. I mean, why not? Let's offer him a contract. 1 year, $60,000. Let's go with 3 year. Can we lock him in 3 years, $70,000, you think? See if we can get him there. And then also these two, Dustin May and Mike Soroka. I think they could be excellent additions to us. Let's see what we can offer. Let's try it. I think we're going to send Dustin May the offer. A 4-year, $15 million offer. That gives us a starting pitcher locked down for 4 years. That gives us, ideally, him into when we're actually trying to make a run. Or is that too much money? Because we're going to be having some pretty decent-sized contracts coming up, because some of our guys are going to be getting outside of that arbitration, and I think some of our arbitrations are going to come back high. I don't know if we can actually afford getting both of those guys right now. I know we have $93 million available, but if you look at like 2027 at the end of it, Brenton Doyle we just locked him in on a long contract. Did he sign that officially? I guess he did. So Brenton Doyle is officially under contract then. All right, so we have Brenton Doyle now for 5 years. Zico Tovar. I wonder if we can... Maybe it's worth getting like a 3-year deal with one of these guys. Dustin May. Let's offer it. 4-year, 15.5 or 15.7. That's what he offered. So 4-year, $15.5 million contract has been sent to Dustin May. I think that'll help our team out. But also sent one to Charlie. We will wait on Mike until next week just to see. Let's see what happens there. You just ain't worth it to me, bro. You're out. Keston Hiura, you're out. Austin Nola, you're out. Lucas Gilbraith. I think you're out too, homie. Sam Hilliard. He had a pretty good year. We got our first contract decision, and we got him. We got Charlie Moffett. Has signed to the Rockies. 3 years, $70,000 per year. Gonna scream for the mountaintops. I'm signing with the Rockies. Charlie Moffett, welcome to the team. I like that addition. Today is the last day to offer salary arbitration. Let's go ahead and look again. Diego's the only one that we've offered to. We've offered making an actual contract. Let's go ahead and offer him an arbitration at... The Brewers have offered us a trade, and it looks like a pretty good one. It looks like Aaron Ashby, 27 years old, C potential, currently a 73. $4.1 million salary, traded for Diego Castillo, which is not under contract right now. Aaron Ashby, let's take a look. Lefty, which we do desperately need coming out of the bullpen for us. Velocity's up, break is up. 4.1 for 4 years. Coming off a pretty rough season, actually. Okay, do we think that Aaron Ashby is worth 4.1? So now the rest of the guys have dropped off because now they are gone. The only guys that we can still negotiate with are the guys that we've offered to, which is Mickey and Diego. So let's make him an offer real quick. Do the offer. Okay, they want to give us Marcus Stroman. No, 34. Nah, dog. Nah. Nah. Nah, baby, nah. Not even going to entertain that, Yankees. Dustin May. Come on, Rocky. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Okay, we got Dustin May. That is awesome. That is awesome. That helps us out a lot. I think that's going to give us quite a few wins this season, and that's going to just help out the bullpen tremendously having an arm like that. Dustin May, welcome to the team. They're offering it again. They really want this trade, even though... Or they really want to give up Aaron Ashby for some reason. That's the second time he's been offered. Maybe they don't like that $4.1 million. Because for us, 4.1 is going to be... That's a hefty contract for us, to be honest. That would be our most expensive arm in the bullpen. And he'd also be arguably one of our best. 27 years old. I think we try to get him. And Jake Bird's not a bad trade. I mean, I like Jake Bird. Jake Bird was awesome last season, but he's older. He's only a 76 overall with a C. Aaron Ashby's a 73 with a C, but Aaron Ashby is much younger, so that is almost a fair turn. And we need a left arm. Let's do it. I like it. We'll take one. We'll take one that the computer offers. New trade. Just got it done. New trade. Let's go take a look at our budget before we do anything too crazy. Still have 73. Okay, so now we have Dustin May that's locked in for $15 million a year for 4 years. I think that's a good contract for us. I think so. We do have Kyle Freeland at 12.9. This would be nice to get rid of, actually. If we can get rid of Kyle Freeland, that makes everything so much better. So can we get rid of Kyle Freeland and try to pick up maybe just an okay, like a decent fielder? It can be a horrible bat, like second baseman. That's what we're going to go for. Can we get rid of Kyle Freeland and pick up just an okay second baseman? I'm thinking maybe like a 70. Is there any like... Got a new trade. We are going to be trading to the Blue Jays. We are going to be trading Kyle Freeland and Robert Calaz, a starting pitcher and a right fielder, for a prospect looking for a 25-year-old Josh Kasevich. Shortstop, but also plays second and third. Excellent fielder. Perfectly what we need. I think that is going to be all of our roster updates that we're going to be doing, except for potentially just Mickey is the last one that we're waiting for. Did we finally get Diego? Did he finally sign? Yes, he did. That little jerk. Orioles signed Cease to a 5-year deal. Dylan Cease is gone. Mike Soroka. Now or never, Mike Soroka on our big board is rumored to be close to signing with the Sox and the Mets. I don't think we spend the money on another starting pitcher. I mean, we could offer him something silly. I mean, his current motivation to sign with us is so good. 71, but I just don't know if we can shell out that much money. We still have $70 million left in the budget. I say we just offer him as low as we possibly can, and if we get him, we get him. We'll just try 6 years. We'll try more money or more years, see if that lands him at 6. Why not? We got nothing to lose. Yep. I agree. 5 years, 15.46. I don't know what we offer, but it definitely wasn't that. Today's the day to offer contracts to free agents. Nope, I'm good. I don't have anybody. Alrighty, it is time for the MLB Draft Lottery. We should be doing good in this. We finished the season at 29th overall, so we should have, ideally, the second most chances to get this. Let's go to the lottery and see. Actually, we have we are tied for first at 16.5% odds for the number 1 pick. Let's see what we do. Come on, 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 come on. Yes! 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 The Rockies will be drafting number 1 overall in years 2 draft. That is huge. We get whatever pick we want. So if there is a generational talent this time, we will find them, because we will be spending a lot of time figuring out that number 1 pick and who that's going to be. Yes! That is huge. Let's take another look at our budget now that we got Kyle out of there and see how it looks now. So as you see, it is very important to be using those renewal years, because really quickly guys get expensive, man. Get expensive quick. Okay, still got $86 million left in the budget, so doing really good there, and I love the additions that we have made so far to our team. All right, let's go and get the Rule 5 draft started here. We do get the first look at everybody, so let's go ahead and take a look. Sometimes there are hidden gems that are in here, so if you go by position, it does sort them by overalls a little bit easier, I think. Otherwise, on the main page, it is not sorted by that. So, now with the Rule 5, if we choose any of these players, they have to come onto our MLB roster and then stay on the roster for the entire year. So that is just something to think about as you are looking through these guys. Man, why is Danny Young not on somebody's? 77 overall, and he's not in your 40. If we were in a position making a run right now, we'd probably snag Danny. I think he'd be a huge asset to the team. Really good fielder, actually. Plays second or shortstop, has almost no offense. Rival opportunity. Devin Williams, relief pitcher. Looks like he might be going to the Diamondbacks. We don't need him. I think I'm good. I'm good, man. I don't need to get anything else right now. Let's just see how arbitration goes to see if we get taken to the cleaners or not. Reds sign Ryan Helsley to a 3-year, $33.1 million deal. The Reds might be the best team this year. Okay, we got a free agent opportunity. Hi, I'm reaching out because John Gray happens to feel like a great addition to your clubhouse. Let me know what you think of him. Stephanie Saunders, the Worldwide Sports Agency. Offer contract, add to big board. Let's see what he looks like. They're saying John Gray. He's 34 years old, 75 overall, the B potential. Yeah, he's a great player. Great player. Quirks, pitch outlier with the break. Yeah, he's great. He's great, but I don't know if we can afford him. What does he look for? Nah, dog. $10 million for 1 year? And he's demanding that? Well, bruh, what if we just take you down? Because it seems though that he might be getting desperate then to get a contract. But 34 years old, I mean, he might be able to lend us out for, 3 years, it's $7 million. He's going to be going down because of his service, so he's not going to stay there, but... So if we have John Gray for 3 years, that means he's done right when we're trying to really make a run. He's going to cost me $7 million to be a 7. I don't think he's worth it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, dog. I wanted to make it happen, but you're just asking for a little bit too much money. We don't have any renewals left because we already took care of all them. And it looks like we are officially ready to sim to spring training. All right, so now we're going to take a look at free agency. It's going to look slightly different now because it's not big board driven anymore. It's just going to see who has just not been offered contracts. We'll just see what we got out there, see if there's anybody now that we want to try to scoop up. Now that they are also in free agency, they know that they're not being signed, so they are a little bit more willing to sign with this. So we'll see if anybody kind of fits into what we're looking for. Chris Bryant's still here. We could sign him. He's still in a free agent. No one went for him, so we dropped him and nobody picked him up. Makes sense. Makes sense. He's an okay fielder. This might be a good pickup for us. Luis Rengifo, 29 years old, 70 overall, B potential. Decent fielder. Shit fielder, actually, now that I look at it. Can you even field, homie? We got a decent fielder. You got a pretty good bat, though. I feel like you still got some life and you got great quirks. $4 million's a lot of money, big dog. It's too much money, homie. For an unsigned dog? Come on, man. We out of that. Just discouraged me. We out. We going to spring training. And that's a wrap on Season 1 here with the Colorado Rockies. The foundation has been set, the pieces are in place, and Season 2 is just over the horizon. Thank you so much for riding with me. I appreciate you more than you know. This is the Colorado Rockies Rubble to Summit rebuild only on Rusty Buckets Gaming.